So in today's video we're going to make two egg dishes, poached and omelette. So we've had a lot of requests from people asking me to do more simple food preparations. So we start off, we're going to do a series of egg dishes. So before I begin, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. If you hit the notification bell, any future videos that I produce, you'll get notified on. So without further ado, let's get started. So in the first preparation, we're going to make poached eggs. So I've got 2.5 litres of water. I'm going to add 100 mils of vinegar. Now any type of vinegar is fine, but just watch out for the colour. So if I added balsamic vinegar, for example, my eggs would be slightly brown. The other thing when you're poaching eggs is don't season the water. So we're going to season the egg once it's cooked, but not beforehand. So if you think of egg white being protein, it's mostly protein. Acid helps to set that protein. So if we put vinegar into the water, when the egg hits the water, the egg white will accelerate in the cooking. It will start to coagulate very quickly, forming a beautiful egg shape. I'm just going to do a 3-egg omelette. So first we're going to crack the eggs. Now we always use free-range eggs, and that's if we don't get eggs from the farm. So my in-laws, they run a farm up in Taranaki, and we're lucky enough we sometimes get fresh eggs because they've got chickens on the farm. So I've just got 3 eggs. Okay, so once I've beat the eggs, I'm just going to season them with a little bit of salt and some pepper. So some salt and some pepper in the eggs. And we're going to make this a cheese omelette. Nice cheesy omelette. I beat that through. Next we're going to grate the cheese. So I'm just going to use grated cheddar cheese. So first of all, let's do the omelette. So I've got so this is an induction hob. It goes from 0 to 9, and I've got it on 7. So if you're using gas, I would say use a medium to high heat. Next we're going to go in there with, really it depends how many eggs you've got in your omelette. For a 3-egg omelette, I'd probably use a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use olive oil, just don't use butter. Now we don't want the eggs to get too hot, so we can test the temperature of the eggs by putting a little bit of butter into the pan. So once they start to set straight away, then it's ready to go in. Now you're going to need a spatula. I've got a spatula. You're going to need a spatula because this is a non-stick pan. So we're going to empty the eggs into the pan. Now while the eggs are cooking, you're going to move the eggs around the pan, and you're just going to see them start to cook. Now once the egg is starting to set all the way over, you're going to stop stirring. So just at the moment, just gentle stirring of the eggs. And when you start to see it set on the bottom, you stop cooking. So you see now the eggs are all beginning to set on the bottom. Now you stop moving the eggs around. Okay. Now you add any flavour you want. So we're going to go with cheese. I'm going to pop some cheese over the top of that. And if you wanted, you could put like bacon, ham. You can also do folded omelettes and fill them afterwards. So once we've added the cheese, we're going to start thinking about flipping the omelette. So I'm going to cook for a minute or so more. And you want the inside of the omelette to be nice and runny. So now we're ready to flip it. So we're just going to support the egg, flip it over again. I'm going to move the egg down to the bottom of the pan. I'm going to flip this side. Now there's a trick to this. what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my pan. I'm going to flop the omelette into the plate upwards. So flip it and it comes out. So once I've got that, you could shape it. But this is the omelette. So it's nice and soft. And the term used for the when the egg is very soft like this is in an omelette is called bavousse. Bavousse. Shut off the oil. Put a little bit. Oh yeah, lovely. They go in there. The eggs. And then we're just going to move the eggs around the pan so they start to set on the bottom. You can shake the pan if you like as well. So once the egg is not, once the egg starts setting all the way over the bottom of the pan, then just smooth the egg over so it's a nice thickness. We want to keep it nicely soft in the centre. So now we're going to stop moving, we're going to leave that cooking for another 30 seconds or so. I've got this on a medium to high heat again. So the egg now is ready to turn. Now if I cook it too much, it will be very difficult to fold. So I start to fold the egg. Fold over. I push the egg. Now at the top side I pull this piece over again. Okay. Onto the plate. Holding the pan, and I just flop that onto the plate, like so. So you'll see the egg is again nice and soft. Right, now onto the poached egg. So I'm going to show you what I do ready for the poached egg. So I've got my slotted spoon. I've got my seasoning for seasoning the egg once it's cooked. I've got some tissue paper, so I'm going to take the cooked egg out and I'm going to put the spoon onto the tissue paper just to soak up bits of water. And I've also got a cup. So I'm going to empty the egg into a cup first, and then I'm going to empty the egg from the cup into the acidulated water. So I'm going to crack the egg into the cup. Right, now when it comes to poaching the egg, I'm just going to have the water lightly boiling. It's got no salt and is slightly acidic. So I'm then going to touch the edge of the cup into the water, plop the egg into the water, and you'll see that the egg yolk immediately starts to enclose the egg yolk. Now what's important is that water shouldn't boil anymore. If it starts to boil, you really want to turn it down. So I've turned the induction hob from a number 7 setting to a number 4 setting. So now that the egg is shaped, we're just going to slowly cook through down to the egg yolk. So slotted spoon, reach in. You can see I don't need to remove the egg. You can see that the egg is still very, very soft. So I'm going to keep that in there for another 2 minutes. Okay, so what you want to do now is I lift the egg. It's been cooking for about 2 hours 2.5 minutes. Now I know the egg's ready. I push down on the egg slightly and you can see the egg white is formed. It's got this tail. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove that tail, plop the spoon into the tissue just to soak up any extra water, and we're just going to season the egg. So I'm going to go in there with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Okay, so now with the egg, all I'm going to do, I've just got a nice bit of bagel here with some salami. We're going to flop the egg, but upside down. And then you've got your beautiful, beautiful poached egg. So we're just going to see how the egg, whether it's cooked or not, cut through the egg, and the egg yolk should run, but not be too runny. So you want your egg nice and soft, but you want your egg white to be cooked. And that's your perfect poached egg. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those basic preparations today. We're going to do a series of videos with basic food preparations. So in the next video, it's going to be scrambled eggs and hash browns. Scrambled eggs and hash browns. So anyway, please press the red subscribe button to follow this channel, Family Kitchen with Mark. We're all about doing food that can be prepared very simply and easily at home. So stay safe, everyone.